All right, everybody, welcome back to Dog Talk Sports. It has been a while since our last episode. Usually the summer doesn't really bring a lot of sports news, so we were kind of away for a bit, but a
little vacation.
Yeah, listen, vacation's happening. My vacation's in about a month. But we had a lot of stuff happen lately, especially in the basketball offseason world. The NHL crowned its Stanley Cup champions in the Florida Panthers. Baseball season is right at the halfway point, right at the halfway mark as we go into the All-Star break here very, very soon. But want to start off with basketball. Try to get the highlights out of the way a little bit. Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers in the second round because, of course, he was.
Heard it here first.
To the shock of no one. 9.5 million.
Nepotism at its finest.
Oh, yeah. The Celtics could have done the funniest thing ever. But you know what was really funny was when the draft was happening, everyone's like, how come no one's taking Bronny? How come no one's taking Bronny? And then the report came out that Rich Paul literally was telling teams to not draft him. He will not play for your team. Like he will only accept playing for the Suns or the Lakers. So
what? Dude, you were not even good in college.
Averaged 4 points a game at USC.
Some could say he wasn't even heart-stopping.
Oh,
Raymond.
Hey.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm coming back with violence, and this is only the fucking start.
My God.
That was pretty good.
Was really good. However, the thoughts that are expressed by those on the podcast are not a reflection of the podcast.
Yes, the podcast itself is a neutral entity. But anyway, a lot of basketball news happens. There's a lot of small moves that happen, but I just want to kind of get through the big one. Oh, wait a minute.
It's me. Switching.
Oh, that's you switching?
Double trouble.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Dan for a second. I got like...
And you got so excited.
I did.
So excited.
He might still pop in. We're fine.
Dano, we miss you. Batten down the hatches down in Texas. I know you're not before, but batten down the hatches. Yeehaw.
Well, he's got to be careful. Fucking sharks are eating people down there, apparently.
Yeah, well, South Padre Island, the best spring break spot, apparently, except when you want to get your fucking leg bitten off.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, a couple of basketball stuff first. The big one immediately is the Nets and Knicks made a trade for the first time since 1983, which is kind of a crazy stat to begin with. I didn't know the Nets and Knicks just don't do business like that. But they did. Mikal Bridges privately told Nets management that he wants to be a Knick. He would like to be a Knick. And when his contract ends in 2 years, he was pretty much going to end up there anyway. So the Nets pretty much quickly pivoted, gave the Knicks a call, and got a absolute haul for Mikal Bridges. Six first-round picks, 4 of them unprotected. 1 pick swap, 1 was protected. 3 other players and 2 second-round picks. I mean, that's
incredible haul. I've never for Mikal Bridges.
You would think they traded for Kevin Durant.
Who was doing the drugs to make that trade?
James Dolan after a night at the Sphere.
Fuck them picks.
I mean, I get what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to do, like, chemistry over talent with the Villanova crew. But, I mean, you need superstars to win in this league. And Mikal Bridges is a very good player. He's like a fringe all-star. He was a fringe all-star with his time here at the Nets as a number 1 option. Had like 5 or 6 40-point games. But he's not even an all-star. And they gave up their entire future for this guy, when they could have had Paul George for free. Paul George opted out of his contract and signed with Philadelphia. So he was a free agent. They could have got, and I was saying the Knicks should have targeted Paul George all summer.
Paul George, though, is so overrated. It's been what?
He's overrated, but he's better than Mikal Bridges.
I feel like he is, but
he's better overall. But Mikal Bridges,
it's been
listen,
like five off-seasons where Paul George is going to change the face of a franchise by going there, and he's done shit.
Exactly. That's why that was my point too. Like, what has Paul George done lately? Right? He's gone to places and just kind of been like a piece of ice cream that gets left in the sun. He just melts, and it's nobody. He's washed up. He's at the tail end of his career, at the back end of his career. I'll not say the tail end. He's at the back end, right? And what are you going to do? You're not going to change the Knicks franchise by adding Paul George to it, right? And he's going to come in with these young guns from Vanilla. Like, I almost said Vanilla Nova there. Thanks, Pete. Shout out.
Right. Vanilla Nova.
He's gonna change. He's not gonna jive with the Villanova boys, right? The Villanix, and Bridges you might have something in Bridges there. So I kind of like that move a lot better than getting Paul George. Even though you're selling a lot to get a question mark. Let's see. I mean, the Knicks went further than anybody expected last year. You didn't really change much. You added what you needed to. Obviously, I'm not out of the three of us here. I'm the least basketball knowledge and basketball invested, but as the outsider looking in, as a New York Royalist, I like the move.
I think it was a move that benefited both parties. It allows the Nets complete control over their franchise again, because they also made another trade with Houston to get their first round pick back from Houston.
Gangster.
Here. So the Nets will have 5 first round picks in next year's loaded draft class. The tank for Cooper Flagg is officially on. And Cooper Flagg, by the way, is holding his own against all the Olympics, because he's allowed to practice with the all the guys on the Olympic team, and he's pretty much holding his own. So the tank for Cooper Flagg is very, very real here in Brooklyn land. But I was very surprised when the deal happened. Very happy about the compensation. And I did talk to Dan a little bit about it, and he kind of understood what they were trying to do as well. And he thought it was a lot for a player like Mikal Bridges. And he's like, you know what? That's probably what the tax is to trade with your crosstown rival.
That's a lot. That's a tax.
That's a lot, man. It's a lot. I mean, the Nets didn't even get 6-round picks for Kevin Durant. They got 4.
Crazy.
It's a little crazy.
It's crazy.
So I mean, and what's crazy is, I still don't view the Knicks as the best team in the East because of that move. I still think Boston's better. I hate to say it, fucking vomit. They just won the championship. But now with Paul George teaming with Embiid and Maxey, I mean, Embiid and Maxey took the Knicks to 6 games. Now they just added Paul George, and now the Knicks just added Mikal Bridges. Like, I can't confidently say the Knicks are better than the 76ers right now. And I can't really confidently say the 76ers are better than the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks just lost Hartenstein to OKC. So now they don't have a center. They need a new center. And now Julius Randle is kind of the odd man out now that Mikal Bridges is there. So the Knicks, I feel like, still have some moves to make. They need to clear up the roster and what their starting lineup is going to look like.
They better pray that Jalen Brunson stays out of a WWE ring and fucking up his surgically repaired hand. That's what he needs to worry about.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool, though.
It was cool. It was very cool.
But yeah, I mean, it was a big deal. The Nets are actually slightly changing their logos. So the main one, with the basketball and with the B in it, and it says Brooklyn, New York, they're actually getting rid of the New York on the bottom and just putting Nets. So it's no longer going to say New York on the bottom, which in my opinion makes more perfect sense. There's a New York team that has the New York logo in there. Like, have your own. You're the Nets. You're not the Knicks. You got it. I got it. You play in Brooklyn. But yeah, Paul George went to the 76ers after falling out with the Clippers. And the other big time move was Klay Thompson in a six team NBA record, 6-team sign and trade to land him with Pete's Dallas Mavericks to create a big three down in Dallas with Luka, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson.
Shooter that we were missing.
Yes. All he really needs to do there is shoot.
Just catch and shoot. You don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, catch and shoot and stay healthy.
Bucket.
I'd also I think it's a perfect time to announce that rest in peace to the dynasty of Golden State, because that shit is over.
Yeah.
So
it was very Paul George did say that it was very close that he was going to Golden State. He's like that trade was like at the 1 yard line. They just couldn't get it done. So that would have been really interesting. But yes, it looks like the Warriors are pretty much donezo. But yeah, as long as Klay Thompson can stay healthy, I know he's like 34 now too. And we'll kind of see how the Mavericks play out in the West. The Sacramento Kings made a move. They did a sign and trade with Chicago, landing DeMar DeRozan. So now they kind of technically have a big three with DeMar DeRozan, De'Aaron Fox, and Domantas Sabonis. So very interesting trio there in Sacramento. Pretty much a giant arms race in the Western Conference. Because the Western Conference is pretty more wide open, I would say, than the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is Boston and everybody else. So interesting things going on in the NBA. I'm very happy finally as a Nets fan to just sit back, not give a fuck about this season, tank for Cooper Flag, and move on.
I mean, listen, can we also talk about the kid who fell out of the first round because his girlfriend was his babysitter?
That was
Kyle Kowski.
What?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
This kid was a projected first rounder. Great stats. Like early first rounder. Sorry, I'm choking on a chip here. Right? So it comes out on like the day before the draft that his girlfriend is like 6 years older than him, was his babysitter, and he's excommunicated his entire family. Doesn't speak to any of them because his girlfriend doesn't want him to talk to them. So then the family comes out and goes, yeah, his girlfriend has removed us from his life and is distracting him from the trade. And this motherfucker's draft stock went wild.
He's a Mormon, right? Aren't they all Mormons or something?
I mean, probably. He's from that region, They do weird things out there.
Well, because there's nothing else better to do out there.
This bitch was like 22 and went to his high school prom.
It's a little weird. It's a little
bit weird.
But yeah. JJ Redick, fellow podcaster, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers after Dan Hurley decided to not be the coach.
Shout out Dan Hurley signing that $50 million deal with UConn, though.
Well, yeah, he was probably like, I could stay home and make just as much money.
Or way less.
Yeah.
The Lakers are a joke.
The Lakers are a joke. They're
just LeBron. I'm sorry, they're not even the Lakers anymore.
The LeBreakers.
The LeBreakers.
It's
the LeBreakers are a joke.
The Lay Mickey, Lay GM.
What the fuck?
It's not even a sport anymore. That's why it's still hard for me to be super invested in basketball when you have that shit going on. It's just like, whatever,
I'll visit them in the playoffs. I'll revisit in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. There's no other real need to talk about basketball until then. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the big news in basketball.
Fuck Jason Tatum. That clown.
I hate Jason Tatum.
Copycat little fuck. His post-game interview, he took clips of fucking Garnett, fucking
Steph Curry,
and something from Kanye West. and melted it all into one. We did it!
This the most auraless superstar in the
my,
history of the sport.
my God. All I needed him was that leather jacket hugging the fucking trophy like Kobe, and that would have been the icing on the cake.
Oh, well, you know what? I guarantee he wanted to do that, and a couple people probably pulled him aside and was like, you can't do this.
Yeah, they're like, you're painful to watch. Do not do that.
Yeah,
exactly.
You will be a meme forever.
Yeah, even though he pretty much is.
We did it!
It's so terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of what happened with basketball. Not much obviously going on with football besides the Giants Hard Knocks stuff. I have not seen episode 1. I need to watch it at some point, either tonight or tomorrow. Because episode 2 is tomorrow.
Watch it either. My plan was to watch it after this. So
yeah. So I mean, I saw a lot of clips online and a lot of
why do we have a $40 million quarterback to hand it off to a $12 million running back?
He's not really lying, but like he's not really lying, but some of those I've read that some of the scenes there are like staged. So like it kind of sucks. Like they said, from what I'm reading, like 95% of it is real. But like there's this one scene in episode 1 when Dable like tells Shane that he's gonna hire Bowen, and he's like just reading off Bowens' defensive stats, and he's like, this is why I'm gonna hire him. And Joe Shane's like, okay. Like a lot of people are like, really? So it'll be interesting to see what is fake or what's real, because like this isn't a training camp where like practices are happening and you can't really change that. And the offseason is so much about secrecy.
Yeah.
Because I know Dable like did not even want to be on this. So a lot of the scenes that he apparently did while they were filming, he would crank the music up so they couldn't film him. So I feel like any scene that like he's in, if he's not having fun, might be fucking staged. So I don't know. Well, I'll be the judge of it myself, but that's pretty much what I've been reading. With that being said, the Florida Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions after almost blowing a 3-0 lead to the Edmonton Oilers, which, that was probably all stage 2 to get more people excited about the NHL. So
no, it was not. And I can back that up, but continue.
No, I was going to give it off to you because, I had a little mini Rangers rant, and there was a lot of talk of Trouba getting traded over this last week here, actually, because they think he needs to go too. So I'll let Ray have his Ranger moment here since it's been a while. But yeah, I mean, I know he heard my opinions and a couple others' opinions on what happened with the Rangers and what needs to happen, but the floor is yours right now.
So, first of all, shout out to my mental health, and thank you to the Rangers for destroying it another year in a row. Cheers to that, because I'm going to need this in a second. Next order of business. Peter Schmidt, how dare you put up a choke sign right now? Your fucking basketball team is the biggest choke artist I've ever seen in my fucking life. So you can sit here all you want. Your team's fraud. You have one player and one player only, and they got you to where you shouldn't have been and didn't deserve to be. Bunch of losers.
The greatest player on the floor got us to the dance. It's
exactly. Fine. And then what happened?
Luka can't even play defense. I don't even want to hear it.
Luka was held together by bubble gum and scotch tape by the time he played the playoffs.
Good. I'm glad you said that, because that's what the Rangers were made out of when they collapsed in the final Eastern Conference Finals. No, listen. In all reality, Shesterkin,
God bless you.
Thank you. Is one of the greatest goalies I've ever seen in my lifetime. I mean, that kid is unbelievable. When his contract comes up next year, they better get the Brinks trucks backed up and just pay him whatever whatever number he comes out, his agent comes out with, the first number offer that they say we want, I don't care what it takes, because there's a lot of money held up right now, right? But and I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But yeah, Shosturkin needs whatever he demands. It's his team, and he single-handedly drug the Rangers to the ECF and deserves all the credit in the world. And I shit on him multiple times throughout the year, but that dude is unbelievable. He's one of the best goalies in the world right now. And I mean, just to compare too, like Florida almost had the biggest meltdown of sports history, right? I mean, obviously there's nothing worse than being up 3-0 and then blowing a 3-game lead, but they came pretty damn close. I'm an avid Spit and Chicklets podcast listener, Blue Crew podcast listener, right? And they brought on Kyle Oposo, who was the Buffalo captain, was traded to Florida and went out and got his ring. And he talked about what the atmosphere was like, because he was a healthy scratch in Game 5 and Game 6. And he talked about the atmosphere, and he talked about Bobrovsky, right? And he considers Bobrovsky one of the best goalies in the world right now, which he rightfully is. But they were saying that, when you're up 3 games and the cup is in the building, everything changed for them. Like, they just couldn't get motivated enough because they thought they had it. And Edmonton is a scrappy team that came in and just was trying to rip it out of their hands, and they came so damn close. So there's my little shout out to the Edmonton Oilers, who,
Shout out to the titty girl too.
yeah, I mean, single-handedly motivated a franchise right there. God bless. I mean, watch out for Edmonton again next year, because the moves they've made in the offseason so far are scary. I really thought they were going to lose Connor McDavid in this offseason before the playoffs started. I believe I said it on here that there's, you go back like to the February episodes. I think I'm on here saying, like, yeah, there's no chance in hell that Connor McDavid resigns at Edmonton, because why would you want to? And now, yeah, the best player in the world is going to stay in Edmonton. So back to the Rangers. Trouba needs to go. And it's not because, listen, I am a Trouba fan, right? I have my Trouba jersey upstairs. I rocked it on here. I like Trouba. What his collapse of play did was destroy any hope of, being a proud New York team. Like he was playing. He wasn't playing the game, right? And that's where, like, when you hear Kyle, like when you hear hockey players talk about like playing the game the right way, like what they were talking about with Trouba is like he like lost his mind. He went crazy. And that's just, you can't do that. But also, he's holding up a lot of money. So if you don't get rid of him in these next few weeks, that salary cap hit is going to cost you a lot of future moves. And right now, it's not about holding this team together, right? Because a lot of this, that team that skated off the ice in Florida is already gone. Wenberg went to Seattle for a stupid 2-year, $10 million contract that he did not deserve. Roslovic's in Carolina. Barclay Goodrow got traded. It's just like they decimated a lot of the team already. And, they made some good moves. Nothing that like blew me out of the water. They got that dude from Pittsburgh, Smith, and he's a great player. But it's, they didn't do anything to like move the needle, which I don't think they needed to. I like the people that the ones that left, I didn't really care about. They were Chris Drury kind of last minute additions to make a playoff run that didn't do jack shit. Jack Roslovic specifically. But they replaced it a little bit. But Trouba now is holding up a ton of that space in that cap room. So you have a big hole coming with Igor's contract, and you need to start making moves to prep for the future, or else the future is over. This next year could very well be the last run you see that this team has. And if they don't shift some things around, like Chris Drury really needs to get really creative with what he does with cap space this year, or the New York Rangers franchise is going to look very, very different in a few years. I personally think the biggest, like, you want to lose all hope as a Ranger fan and just be forever gone and just one of like almost like how like a Lions fan must feel like from the last 30 years. Like if Igor leaves and signs somewhere else, you will see mass hysteria. Like New York will look like fucking that Will Smith movie with the zombies. Like Madison Square Garden will burn to the ground. People will be out there with pitchforks. Like it will be devastating.
I Am Legend, right?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, I mean, listen, as a New York Rangers fan, like it was a magical run, man. Like anytime you can make, a conference final and you could be that close to Stanley Cup, it's great. It's the highest highs, but man, when you lose, it is such a low, and you're hungry and hungry. You want that cup, like, and there's not a New York Rangers fan that isn't let down right now and isn't like seething to just, you want to taste it. Like
I wanted it for you.
I want one
I'm
more.
going to apologize for the choke.
I take it. I accept your apology. Thank you for that. It's just it's New York, man. We're supposed to be the mecca of sports. We're supposed to be good, and it's so void of winning. And the Rangers felt like this was it. Like this, as a New York sports fan, you were like, yes, this is the start. This is where New York comes back. And then, as usual, it just gets fucking.
Watching people with their Rangers jerseys on, hopping on the train to go to MSG. All right, LGR.
There's people at Yankee Stadium wearing their Rangers jerseys because it, like, you don't mix sports that often, and it was fucking a great feeling, man. You were seeing them everywhere. You were seeing old school Buka Boom jerseys, man. It was great.
And all it did
Oh,
was prove that the last New York team to win anything is still the Giants,
which is gross.
which is horrid,
Terrible.
terrible.
Also, shout out to Jackson, New Jersey's finest, Anthony Stolarz, Florida backup goalie, got himself a Stanley Cup. He's on it, and also got himself fucking paid. He's now the backup goalie in the Maple Leafs, and that boy got some money. I personally hope he brings the cup to Jackson because I will be there.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, I got a picture of my son with the Stanley Cup. If I can get one with him in the Stanley Cup somehow, some way,
that'd be cool. All right, excellent. And I know Ray's been holding that in for quite a long while.
I've actually calmed down because if this had been in the weeks prior to this, my rant would have been so much higher pitched and angry and violent. And
schedules got fucked up for everybody lately.
Yeah, it's better this way. I settled out. We would have lost any sponsorships we had incoming. It would have been.
That's DH placing in order for the upcoming season. Shout out.
Season is around the corner. Get your jerseys. DH Gate.
Speaking of DH Gate, I went through my closet today and I went through some old stuff to like donate or whatever, and the amount of Giants jerseys and Yankee jerseys that went in the fucking donation bin today. DJ LeMahieu donation bin because he's a fucking corpse now. Every single Saquon Barkley jersey and Daniel Jones jersey donation bin. I'm only keeping the special edition Saquon baseball jersey that Steph got me because that's actually like a serious collector's item, so that's staying. But everything else got fucking yanked. See ya, shit-tastic. But moving on to the main event of the show, which is the embarrassment that is the New York Yankees. I don't even want to talk about the Mets. The Mets had a really good month of June, and now they're back to pretty much being 500 again, winning some, losing some. They're 3 games below 500 again after today's loss. They're still out of a wild card spot. So, but the Mets didn't have expectations this year. The Yankees had expectations by when they traded for Juan Soto, and they were 53 and 20, something like that. 50 and 22. I'm sorry. And then right on cue, the ridiculous collapse has begun. Aaron Boone uttered the famous sentence last night in last night's presser. It's right there in front of us. And if I have to hear that anymore, I might have to switch teams because that's how fucking pitiful this is. Aaron Judge is the most physically gifted Yankee of all time. I think I could confidently say that. Are probably going to break his own record that he set. He's going to have 168 RBIs this year, which is just fucking unheard of. He's having a ridiculous year. The Yankees are dealing with injuries, but I don't fucking care about injuries. They have been playing sloppy, no motivation, no hustle, no accountability, lollygagging out there. Like it's just every other day. And that's all on the manager. It's the manager's job to get these players to play hard. And I look over at Boston, and there's no talent on that team besides Rafael Devers. And they're right behind us in the standings because Alex Cora squeezes every ounce of baseball out of all his players. When we look at the Orioles are dealing with injuries, and the Orioles have also been really shitty the last month or so. It's just they don't play in New York, so no one's talking about it. But they've also been really shitty. But I mean, the Yankees have been such an embarrassment. They went 4-13 in the month of June. They've lost 18 out of their last 22 games. Dead last in ERA, dead last in batting average, just dead last in everything. It's just the ship is sinking once again. It happens every year. And I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, they still might make the playoffs this year because this team is still better than last year's team. But I mean, Volpe has cooled off. Volpe's not a superstar. He's not even an all-star. So we might have been wrong about Volpe, which is why you fucking trade prospects, because these assholes don't work out. We should have Jason Dominguez batting DH for us, but he has another significant injury while we were away. Severe oblique strain, out 8 weeks minimum. Should have traded him for Corbin Burns, but no, he's so precious to us. And now they have fucking Spencer Jones on MLB Network as a guest talking about fucking swing speed and swing launch angle. And how about you fucking call him up and have him play center field or right field or left field, since Verdugo is in a fucking slump too, or have him fucking be DH since they're in love with this fucking guy and he's untouchable. So untouchable that they didn't trade Corbin Burns for him. So why isn't he playing exactly? And the only bright spot lately is Ben Rice, who absolutely deserves to be the starting first baseman for the rest of the year. And I can't believe we were sitting that kid for JD Davis and Jahmai Jones. I mean, we actually traded for JD Davis. Like, Brian Cashman needs to be fired. Everyone needs to be fired. And then Aaron Judge's, I'm not done. Aaron Judge's hitting coach goes on Twitter and calls the Yankees offensive development horrible, putrid, embarrassing, and then posts a clip after Ben Rice's 3 home run day comparing his swing to Aaron Judge's swing, because they both are being coached by him. And the 2 people that are being coached by him are the only ones fucking hitting on this team. So once again, the Yankee coaching staff and the Yankee way of playing baseball does not sustain a full 162 game season. It's really, really good for like 75 of those games. And then it just falls apart because you have a manager that's the biggest pussy that this market has ever seen and wants to give all his players hugs and kisses and ice cream and pats on the back, so that he's lying to everyone's face about the DJ's hustle and Anthony Volpe not knowing how to run out a fucking ball and all this other fucking bullshit. Like, because he thinks we're stupid or something. Like, he thinks that we're all stupid, not that there's 15, 20 other podcasts out there that's just mainly covering the Yankees, and they're all just laughing. Everyone's just laughing at you at this point. Like, I know John Boy has him on as a guest, Like, until I'd like them to grow a pair of fucking balls and just be like, you know what, dude? Like, you suck. I'm tired of this. Like, can you fucking be a man and tell me why this team fucking sucks and why you suck and why you're lying to everybody? Because I'm so sick and tired of Aaron Boone. I know he's not the main problem. It's always at the top with Hal and it trickles down, but somebody's got to go. And he's going to go before Cashman goes. And at this point, I'll take it because they're an utter embarrassment. They're an absolute dumpster fire. It's the same song and dance every single fucking year. It's the same sentence every single year that we have to hear out of this fucking guy. And the Yankees are going nowhere fast. And the All-Star break can't get here soon enough. I want to see what kind of moves they can make at the deadline because they need a starting pitcher. They need a relief pitcher. They need a fucking third baseman and they need a second baseman because Austin Wells is playing well enough. Have him catch every day. He's better than Trevino. Ben Rice, have him play every fucking day at first base. If I see him platoon with Anthony Rizzo when he comes back, I'm going to vomit all over my walls. Like, I'm just tired of how this team operates and plays. It's not baseball. They play it like it's a fucking MLB, the show simulation computer stats. And, oh, this is the matchup. We have to take advantage of the matchup. Play your best players, you fucking losers. I've had enough. I have no interest, at least until the All-Star break, or at least until I find out what they do at the deadline. My expectations are all the way down in the shitter. Juan Soto is so gone, it's frightening. He's looking around and seeing, look at this fucking disaster. I can't believe this asshole's my manager. Like, he's like, whoever offers me the most money, I'm fucking out of here. So that's my rant. I want you guys now to jump in before I fucking blow a gasket. And I could scream a whole lot more, but I don't have the energy because I tweet, all my tweets are just about how shitty the Yankees are. Pete knows it because he probably reads every single one of them. All my tweets are just nothing but Yankees hatred. And it's burning a hole in my soul. So with that being said, you guys can go ahead. I've had enough.
So, first of all, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was just pointing out the
He
name.
said, "Don't interrupt me."
He said, "I'm not
Don't
done.
interrupt
I'm not
me.
done."
I'm not finished yet.
He did his little
Don't
wait
interrupt
thing.
me.
I know. I listen, when I get going, like the train just has to keep going.
When your computer's firing on all cylinders, you do these little freaky wavy hands.
Oh,
Don't
yeah, no.
fucking interrupt him.
I talk with my hands. I'm very Italian.
So I can't even disagree with anything you said because look, the name says it all. Fire everyone. Follow the bouncy ball. Fire everyone.
Bring
Right?
Joe Girardi back.
From I even want the fucking people making the garlic knots down in the concourse. I want them fired too. I want everybody. I want everybody fired. I just clean house.
Except for that nice woman that's at the 40 stand that remembers me every year, and she puts my big tall boy 40 into my koozie for me and then cracks open the beer so that it fits properly and I don't try to squish in an open beer into the koozie.
She stays.
She should be the hitting coach.
Should be. I mean, listen. I literally I have nothing to add. It's just disgusting the fact of what this team is right now. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be a New York fan right now, and when you're taking series losses like to your bitter fucking rivals, people, there needs to be accountability. If this was 10 years ago and you lost your second series to Boston in July, there would be blood in the street.
Was Steinbrenner alive 10 years ago?
No, I think he was dead already, right?
He was
That's the point where he died.
Yeah.
Is when shit went south with upper management. This fall, our blood, our Yankee blood is on the hands of Hal Steinbrenner. If he's not going to do something about it to fix it, he needs to go. Sell the fucking team. I know we're customers. It's a business. a business built on money and greed, not by winning. We've said this from the beginning that George Steinbrenner valued winning over everything. It didn't matter if George would have known what his fucking douchebag son, that empty, dumb-headed fuck, would do to his fucking team. There's no way that Hal Steinbrenner would be running the fucking team right now.
Nope.
And that trickles down to fucking Cashman, because Cashman, gone. See you later. Aaron Boone, take your milk and cookies on the way out. You're gone too. From top to bottom, the team needs an overhaul. There's no heart in the team. Aaron Judge is him and Soto are the only reasons why this team has been a juggernaut the way it is. Single-handedly, or double, however you want to fucking say it. Those two have kept it together for us. And I disagree with you, Zach. Volpe, I don't think he's cold right now. I still believe in Volpe as our shortstop. Other than that, you're right. Ben Rice, keep you around for the season and continue on. Rizzo, put the toe tag on, DOA. I don't want to see you again this year. Glaber, go back to fucking Little League. Put your fucking pouty face on. Sit at the edge of the dugout. Put your fucking glove on your head. Pick dandelions somewhere else. You're out of here.
Is this a good impression of what he did?
It's perfect. You gotta look sad though. He's fucking the boo-boo face. DJ, I love you. My favorite fucking Yankee. Time has passed you by. It's over. Austin Wells, keep him at catcher. Aaron Judge, perfect. Verdugo, I fucking love the heart. I love the attitude. Fucking swing a bat. You need to do something. Soto, doing his thing. We need fucking Stanton back because we miss his bat desperately. And Aaron Judge does not hit the same when he's a DH 100% of the time. Aaron Judge needs to play the outfield and hit. That's where he does his best hitting at. Grisham, go. You should not be starting center field every day. If I see you basket catch another fucking pop fly, I'm going to lose my mind. Garrett Cole, talk to me in fucking August when he's had the correct number. He had no spring training. Like, he's still working out the kinks. So, pass on him. The rest of the fucking bullpen and the rotation, they've hit their fucking window. I don't know. Heel looked decent last night, but I think he needs a rest. He hasn't pitched this many innings in his entire career. We need to make moves desperately. And if that means call up fucking Big Spencer Jones, the lefty Judge, as they're saying, let him fucking play DH. Let him swing a bat. Get some reps. We need pitching, and depth. We need infielder, third base, second base. Whatever you can do, go get it.
I mean, shit, they should have brought him up and just touted him out there as fucking trade bait. Let him crush a few balls, hopefully, and get out there like, look, you want him? You want him?
Well, it would have been awesome to have Corbin Burns right now.
Oh,
Who's an all-star, by the way. But Spencer Jones in the Somerset Patriots. Fucking assholes.
Shout out to Peanut Butter M&M's. This Yankee rant is brought to you by them.
Candy of the week.
M&M's, I'm sorry you have to listen to me today. Yeah, the Yankees haven't won a series since June 12th. It is now July 8th, so that's really good. They haven't won back-to-back games since June 12th. That's really good. They are dead last in almost every major statistical pitching category since June 12th, and almost dead last in every single hitting category, because if it wasn't for Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, we would still be there.
Yo, shout out to our all-star closer who has completely fallen off the rails.
How in God's name is Clay Holmes an all-star?
Because MLB is just filled with idiots. I mean, he's not even a closer. He hasn't been a closer. He's so horrible in a big spot. Like, when there is no pressure, he's like the most ridiculous relief pitcher I've ever seen in my life. But as soon as the pressure's on, as soon as, you know what, Clay, we need this one. We need this one, Clay. He just throws fucking beach balls like you're at a July 4th.
All right. If we throw another fucking ball to Rafael Devers, I'm going to lose my mind. He annihilates the Yankees. It is like watching Big Papi Ortiz again. You cannot pitch to him. Pitch around him.
I mean, it's predictable, right? Like, I turned last night's game on. Devers is walking out, and I'm like, 0-0 game. He's gonna crush this. Sure as shit.
Bam! Into the fucking dugout.
It's predictable. When is baseball predictable? The Yankees right now, completely predictable.
So I hate to utter these words, and I said this in the pre-show. It's gonna hurt, Ray. The New York Yankees have become the Dallas Cowboys of the MLB.
Oh God.
I'm on record of saying that exact sentence last season, so I'm glad that Pete finally understands.
We are the Dallas Cowboys of the New York Yankees. Let's get our fucking fitted hats on. Let's get our Air Force Ones. Throw our Judge jersey on. Ooh, this is our year. We got Soto. This is it. Oh, World Series 28, baby. Let's get it. Let's finish the damn. We're here in July, and our season is fucking over. Juan Soto is going to be he's going to be a Brooklyn Dodger. He's any other team in the world but the New York Yankees.
No, he's going to be a Met.
Hopefully he's like a Montreal Alouette.
He's going to the Mets. They're going to offer him fucking the biggest deal for any position player in the history of baseball, and he's going to take it.
We'll give you $1 billion, and we're not going to defer a dime of it.
It's just vomit. It's consistent vomit. I have no hope, no expectations, just another year of the Yankees.
You know what? We got John Birdie coming back in the infield. He's coming back from injury. That's going to be like making a big trade.
Yeah, I forgot that we had John Birdie. He was with us for approximately 2 weeks, and he got fucking hurt.
Right? That's the Yankee way right there.
Don't worry, boys. Clark Schmidt's coming back. Everything's going to change.
Hey, I will have no Clark Schmidt slander on here.
That wasn't slander. That's how sanity.
No, there was some slander behind there. I will have no Clark Schmidt slander.
Desperation. That's desperation. It's not slander. It's absolute desperation.
We need him,
I'm begging Clark Schmidt to come back.
The Yankees.
Last year, Clark Schmidt was our second best pitcher. He's going to come back and be our second best pitcher.
Lights out.
The Yankees, one of the baseball insiders, I forget if it was John Heyman or Jeff Passan, but the Yankees are built to sell tickets. The Yankees are not built to win championships.
Oh, we're
a business.
Yeah, we're built like a business.
A fucking $25 chicken bucket and a fucking $15 beer.
Not slander the $25 chicken bucket that is an American staple that the entire world laughs at. When they think of America and sports, all there is a picture of the giant soda with the baseball helmet chicken fingers and fries with the fucking straw coming out of the middle.
I will buy 30 of those if they re-sign Juan Soto, but I know it's not going to happen. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm in.
I might I was invited to go to the game on the 21st. And I'm just like I don't even know if I want to fucking go. Like
No,
I'd rather spend my Sunday in my man cave or something. Like
I think my goddaughter wants to bring me to the Subway Series as like a birthday present, and I'm like,
oh great, just to watch the Mets embarrass us again.
that's what I'm like. I can't.
When the Mets play us, it's their Super Bowl, so
I
like they
can't
just
wait
fucking
to
go
get
crazy.
hurt by the Mets.
Listen, I did the math because I was going to go to the game last night. It was like the bridge, $16, parking, 50,
Ugh.
5 beers, plus 4 more for the wife.
Well, just to walk through the door, you're $100 easy.
Yeah,
it's a fucking $400 night. You know what? I got beer in the fridge. I got a fucking air condition, and I got a TV that I could fucking watch the game 0-0, and then boop, oh, we lost 3-0. I didn't make the trip into the city for that one.
oh boy.
I don't know.
Cooper Flag, basketball world buzzing after putting on a show against NBA stars in Olympic scrimmage.
Future Net.
Is that your oh boy?
Future Net. He's going to be the #1 overall pick next year. He is the highest rated American born prospect since Zion Williamson.
Who?
Believe it or not. Except this guy isn't fucking too gigantic for his own good. So, yes, remember the name Cooper Flag will be playing at Duke this year, and then will be a one and done, will be the #1 pick. Whoever has the #1 pick will be taking him. And the Nets are slated to be the worst team in basketball. So the tank for Cooper is on.
So you lose in the fucking rigged ass lottery.
Oh, please. The NBA, if anything, the NBA is going to rig it for the Nets. We had to fucking give up the best offensive big three in NBA history because they're all fucking whiners. Adam Silver is going to repay us.
Pipe dreams, kid. Pipe dreams.
Listen, they're all pipe dreams, ain't it?
You ain't wrong.
Any of our teams winning at all is a fucking pipe dream.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Like, I'm amazed. I'm amazed that I've witnessed the Giants win 2 Super Bowls. Like,
honestly, I think we're gonna die with like that as a highlight.
That's
like,
probably about it. Yeah.
You know, when they talk about like on your deathbed as like the real flashes back, that like when I hit the sports section, it's gonna be Eli Super Bowls, and that's it.
36 years on this earth. I've watched the Raiders make the playoffs 3 times.
Sorry, buddy.
More than 3, but
that's rough.
We got a couple Yankee championships that we were alive enough for.
Listen, you just need a quarterback that'll take you to the playoffs. You want Danny Jones?
Gardner Minshew, baby.
Listen, Danny Jones is a playoff winning quarterback.
I don't want to hear anything about Danny Jones. And if you say fucking Gardner Minshew, I am not on board with the mustache. It's AOC all day here. I'm AOC 12 on the way from China. Shout out again, DH Gate.
They gave Minshew $15 million too. They're playing his ass.
Fucking bet right now. AOC starts the season.
To start the season? I don't think he starts the season.
Starts the season.
He'll be the starter by week 4.
AOC starts the season. I'll bet you a chicken bucket on it.
He gets a chicken bucket, but my nipples are constantly on the line.
1,000 subscribers, and we will put those nipples on the line.
Never gonna happen.
We're definitely gonna get 1,000 subscribers.
So yeah, that is gonna happen. These things safe.
Well, then you're gonna do the 2.
I'd consider it.
I was about to say he took a half second there.
I mean, it's already gone.
It's
Might as
not
well
gone.
even it up and then paste that motherfucker right there.
Peak
And
summer, you can't see it. It's there.
dude, you
What?
will have
What?
a mane of hair.
Days are over, man.
Flowing locks.
Days are
The
over.
rebirth.
Days are over.
If my dad can be alive, you can have hair.
You know what? He's not wrong.
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Listen, I'm telling you, I got to go to the Maldives in January. Maybe I take a little pit stop into Turkey, get a little.
You'll let them fucking jab needles into your skull, but you won't fucking shave a horseshoe and then fucking paste on some good old fashioned hair.
Yeah, because like my luck, I'll be coming out of a fire and the glue will melt, and I'll take my helmet off and.
All right.
Fair.
In
Fair.
all honesty, I did not take into consideration the fact
The occupation.
Of his occupation.
occupation requires you to go into some high heat. We'll do some research.
Or spin it around, I'm 130 feet under the ocean, and all of a sudden, boop.
No. This glue, I don't think you understand how good this glue is.
Okay, let's talk about atmospheric pressure and like the Archimedes principle, and all of a sudden that glue just.
With all that being said, is there
1,000 subscribers, we got pierced nipples, or we got a tube.
Yes, we'll make a decision. No worries. Anything else you guys want to?
Me and my body out of this. This is between you two.
You know what? It's his body, his choice.
Exactly. Thank you.
Podcast.
Not on this podcast.
You and Zach will make a bet, and you're like betting on my body like I'm some racehorse.
We had nothing to do with your body. You brought it into it.
Yeah, actually, you brought it in. We were talking about chicken buckets.
I left you to the side on that.
I'm just offended that you guys make bets on chicken buckets, but I can make a bet on like heads or tails, and you're like, pierce your nipples.
First off,
What the people want, damn it.
First off, I have never once was a proponent of the nipple piercing. It was all this guy. So I just jumped on the bandwagon because I thought it was funny.
We'll give it. Zach is my biggest and only.
I'll leave your nipples alone until the NFL season starts.
Yes.
And by the way, as of Monday, 9 Sundays to go.
Thank God.
So what do we got our QB ranking special. We got to start talking about that, getting that motion flowing.
The fantasy gears are starting to turn.
Yep. Yeah, right around training camp, we usually do the quarterback ranking special. So that's probably when's training camp? That's like in a week, right?
Close.
We're
close, right?
Yeah, let's check our watches. We are around the corner, baby. Football is coming. And I want to shout out Ray's guy, Joe Shiesty. Make him the commissioner. My man wants the extra week. He says, you know what? Give us a mandatory, everyone gets week 13 off. Throw the Pro Bowl right in the middle of the season. Get viewer engagement up because no one gives a fuck about the Pro Bowl when it's the week before the Super Bowl.
I agree with him completely.
Yeah, let's do it. If we want to go an extra week. Oh, and also you add an extra week on. Super Bowl lands on President's Day weekend. Everyone should have that Monday off. Take your floating holiday. Enjoy it. Live it up on Super Bowl Sunday.
The earliest team reporting is the Baltimore Ravens rookies will be reporting in 5 days.
Yeah, so we got so it's like the end of July.
Yeah, most camps start like 23rd, 24th, 13th, 16th, 19th, 16th, 20, 22, 24, 17, 20, 17, 17, 17, 17. So, yeah, about the next 2 weeks, you'll have everybody in camp.
All right, so that means the next episode will be the quarterback rankings.
Yeah, Giants report on July 16th. The Las Vegas Raiders report on the 21st.
Raiders.
And those Jets report on the 18th. And that's rookies. That's all rookies. Everybody reports, veterans report 23rd or 24th.
Good. All right, sweet. With that being said, oh God,
You have one move to make for the Yankees. Who you get? What's the move?
oh God, Jack Flaherty.
Ooh, that's a good move. All right.
Available.
Jack Flaherty. I'm trading for Ellie De La Cruz.
He's
See,
not.
that's not happening.
You said one move. I made up in my
All
mind.
right. On the
Honorable mention.
2K board, he's going at it.
Yeah, I want Ellie De La
honorable
Cruz.
mention. Honorable mention. Jazz Chisholm for second base.
We've
All
talked
right.
about it too. That is
So,
not the first time that's been talked about.
my move is Mason Miller.
So that's that kid from Oakland who throws just nightmare.
He's the best closer in baseball, and is under team control for like 4 years.
My honorable mention move. It's not sexy, but Ryan McMahon because he could play third base. But
I also say Ryan McMahon.
my other honorable mention would be get a bat. Go get the fucking polar bear. Let him fucking slug the shit out of the ball. Let him play DH.
Oh God, they may buy.
Or how about this? Fuck it. Fire Boone and re-sign Soto at the deadline.
I would be happier than a pig in shit.
That's the move right there. Let's put that in the universe. We need Girardi, the only fucking manager that held people responsible, and they fucking fired him because of that, because he was too rough on people. And then they brought in this fucking milk and cookie drinking fuck.
Yeah.
We should go lefty on this one. Oh, we should alternate. You know what? He played today. Let's rest him. Play your fucking best players and don't get too cute.
The Yankees are the only team in all of baseball that don't consistently play their best players besides a couple, by the way.
Because it's Boone and his fucked up analytics.
Yeah. I'm teasing.
Make Aaron Judge's fucking batting coach the manager. Anything.
Or hire his hitting coach to just be the hitting coach. Because whoever they have still sucks nuts. So those are all my fucking rants.
That's it. Rant over.
Rant over. So with that being said, we'll wrap this up here. The next episode will be the quarterback rankings when training camp rolls in here in a week or so. We'll make sure that is I'll try to make sure we have like 6 people on for that one. Big super mega cast for that one, because that's easily the best episode we do every year. So we'll make sure we get that done. That'll probably happen right around, let me look at my calendar here. Because I just don't know what the days are anymore. Yeah, so probably either end of next week or the end of the week after that, we'll probably be back for it. So with that being said, we're going to end it here, boys.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like the YouTube. I can't say what I'm supposed to say when you hit 1,000, but you know what'll happen, people. Do it.
You damn right. Peace out.
Hoorah!